Welcome to the channel, everyone. Kurtzing here with kind of a fun Ultra League Summer Cup team. I've got Drampa on the lead with Dragon Breath, Swift, and Fly, Galissapod as the safe swap, Shadowclaw, X as your liquidation, and then Electivire with Thundershock, Ice Punch, Wild Charge. First match here, not really sure why they just gave up like that. They must have figured that they wouldn't be able to beat me, or maybe they're just doing battles just to do battles. Into the next match here, Galissapod, I do want to go for the Fly on the off chance they don't shield. Fly would hit for super effective. Let the first aerial ace go through here. I have battled with this team a little bit before I made this video, and kind of got used to Drampa a little bit. I was shielding everything before and then realized that it can take pretty much any one hit unless like it was a charm or potentially a Dragon Claw or something like that, or like hard hitting dragon move. Here they got Primarina and then Trevenant in the back, so I do switch into my Galissapod. I feel like this is just a Seed Bomb. I do want to let that go. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but I can easily survive it. And my goal here is I want to try to get their shields, whether I take out Trevenant right away or get some shields like this one here, and then throw again here. I'm hoping that they will decide to shield again, and because one wild charge will take out the Primarina in the back. So anyways, did play with this team a little bit before I put together this run. I got this 5-0 run this morning. They switched back into Primarina after they've given up their shields. So I do have some energy on Electivire. Gonna throw out the wild charge, one shots, well, pretty much. They have a move here. I think I let this go, yeah. I let this go, saving the shield, and I feel like I should be able to reach X Scissor. I'm able to get to that, and that will take care of the Trevenant. So yeah, this team is actually kind of fun. I've never played with Drampa before this Summer Cup. I looked online at PvPoke at different ratings and rankings to see what kind of an idea of Pokemon that I should use as lead, safe swap, and closer. Put these three together, and overall they've got decent coverage. I can run into some problems, particularly if like one Pokemon is taken out and then realize that they have what they were worried about in the back. But as you can see here, Drampa is down into the red. I do decide to shield this X Scissor, and my thinking here was that I would get to a last second Swift. Now if they commit their last shield, I'm happy, and if they let it go, I haven't given them a lot of farm. Unfortunately, it is a Shadow Abomasnow that I think he got 3 turns of moves, or 3 turns there. Weather Ball, gonna let that go. X Scissor will do huge damage if they let this go. Kind of surprised. I actually really surprised they let that go, because Galissapod has access to X Scissor and Aerial Ace. Both would do super effective. So I'm not really sure what they thought that I might be throwing there. Gonna go for a liquidation against the Swampert. My thought was there that maybe I could get a debuff. And or it would do a decent chunk of damage. I do shield that Hydro Cannon, and here I farm up to the X Scissor, and then I felt like my win con was to switch out and catch this Hydro Cannon. Although it does way more damage on Electivire, I felt like I would be able to reach an Ice Punch, threatening their last shield. I do get their last shield, and then I get taken out at the same time and have the X Scissor loaded. So I feel like that was my win con, was to take that Hydro on the Electivire and then grab their shield with Ice Punch and then have that X Scissor loaded. Because had I stayed in with it, Galissapod taking the Hydro, I would have been taken out, and then they still would have had a shield and would have outpaced me before I would have taken them out, I think. take the parabolic charge here. I feel I messed up. Should have thrown the Swift first before the parabolic charge. I did have it. Would have done more damage. That's the only thing I can say, is that they boosted their defense than I threw. Had I thrown a couple turns before, I would have done a little bit more damage, which would have been beneficial for me in the long run. Because as you can see here, they do shield and then almost take me out. They make a bit of a mistake, I think, here, because they switch into Charizard, which allows me to throw a Swift, and I'm able to keep alignment and come in with Electivire here. I go for the Ice Punch, and I hit the Ice Punch. I'm like, they're fire. Like, why did I do that? But they all also are flying, which would have hit for neutral. I managed to take them out without them spending any energy. So they bring in Bellabolt again, and here I was like, you know what? I don't think they're running an electric fast move. I should have switched into my Gliscopod, because now, of course, they've boosted their attack again twice. So now it's going to be even harder to farm them down, but I don't really want to throw because I know that I'm going to need that energy later on. And they end up switching into Lapras here. So I'm going to go for X Scissors. Honestly, let me know. I'm not sure which one would do more damage. I know that they both are stab moves, and I know Liquidation would hit for neutral against the Lapras, but I feel like X Scissor is a little bit more efficient, although Liquidation could drop their defense, which should then in turn maybe make them take more damage. Go for an Ice Beam here. I felt like unless they had Skull Bash, I was pretty safe to no shield. If I don't shield this one, they're going to take me out likely. They do throw the Sparkling Aria, and I've got 2 X Scissors loaded here. Gliscopod gets to move so fast. It's awesome. X Scissor grabs their last shield. Next X Scissor here is going to take them out. And then I'm pretty sure their Bellabolt is very, very low. And yeah, 1 Shadow Claw takes out the Bellabolt. Or Billy Bolt or whatever it is. Next one, Electros. And I was worried on this one because, like I said, the Dragon Claw. I was like, that could potentially do some damage. So I do throw the Swift as fast as I can. Gonna grab this. I don't think Electros is super, super, super tanky. As you can see there, it does a lot of damage. But I am a little bit concerned, like I said, of the Dragon Claw, so I do throw up first shield. It was just a crunch. However, I'm able to farm down. So I'm okay committing that shield. Now, I do know that Swift is a normal type move, which Ghost resists. So I'm going to go for the Fly here. I don't think either of the moves are really super effective, but I do grab a shield. So at this point, I'm just going to let this go, expecting a Disarming Voice. It is, I have actually been running into more Torch Song Skeldridges than Disarming Voice lately. So that's an interesting move. They go for a Shadow Ball there, and then they bring in a Greninja, and I'm like, ooh, this could be good. Go for X Scissor here. They no shield, so I quickly switch into Electivire. At this point, I feel like I should be able to farm down. I was actually basically expecting they'd go for Night Slash instead of a Hydro because I had Gliscopod out, right? So they bring back in Skeldridge, and I'm going to go straight for the Ice Punch here. I know it's fire. It's not super effective. I was looking for the shield because they don't know what I'm throwing, right? And at this point, I think they're going for a farm down. I think that's their one win con, is farm me down, have energy, throw, and take me out. I'm able to reach the Wild Charge and take them out. So that was another good game. And that's the battles. That was a quick 5-0 set. Quite a bit of fun, actually. I am going to toss around actual full Ultra League team and see how I do there. Slowly climbing. I'm almost rank 19. Having a lot of fun with it, like I always do. Just really struggled to find the time to get in a lot of battles. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and see you guys in the next one.